There are moments when life feels heavy, when decisions feel impossible, and doubts creep in. You've prayed, you've asked for guidance, but it feels like the answers are hidden. Have you ever wondered if Allah is trying to speak to you, but you're just not seeing the signs? Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. This video is for those moments. Today we'll uncover 7 physical signs that Allah might be guiding you, signs that most of us overlook. You might be feeling lost, but these subtle, divine messages could already be shaping your path. Let me ask you, have you ever felt peace in the middle of chaos or an unexplainable pull towards something better? By the end of this video, you'll realize that Allah's communication isn't loud, it's precise, personal, and always there for those who are willing to listen. So, let's begin. 1. Unexplainable peace in the middle of chaos. Have you ever had moments where life felt overwhelming, work deadlines piling up, family responsibilities weighing on you, or even scrolling endlessly on social media, feeling like you're falling behind everyone else? Yet, in the middle of all this noise, you suddenly feel a strange calmness. That moment isn't random, it's Allah subtly reminding you, I am with you. This peace doesn't come from the situation getting better. It comes from your heart reconnecting to Allah. As Allah says in the Quran, surely, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find comfort. Think about it, you might be scrolling through your phone late at night, comparing your life to others, feeling empty or frustrated. But then you pause. You remember to say thanks for something small, a warm home, good health, or even the ability to breathe. That single moment feels like a weight lifting off your chest. This unexplainable peace is a message from Allah. Turn to me, and I'll guide you through. It's not just calmness, it's His way of drawing you closer, reminding you that no matter how chaotic life seems, He is your ultimate source of comfort. So the next time you feel peace in the storm, don't ignore it. Ask yourself, is this Allah speaking to my heart, calling me back to Him? 2. A sudden block in your plans. Have you ever been so confident about a decision, maybe a new job opportunity, a relationship, or even a big personal goal, only to have it fall apart at the last moment? It feels frustrating, confusing, and even unfair. But let me ask you this. What if that closed door wasn't a setback but a redirection from Allah? In our fast-paced world, we often rely too much on our own plans. We think, I know what's best for me. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows what lies ahead. As He says in the Quran, but perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you. And Allah knows while you know not. Think about it, maybe you didn't get that job because Allah knew it would take you further away from Him. Or that relationship you desperately wanted didn't work out because He knew it would bring more harm than good. A sudden block in your plans is often a message from Allah saying, this isn't for you. Trust me, I have something better waiting. This is something many of us have experienced. You've probably had moments where, months or even years later, you look back and say, I'm so glad that didn't happen. That's not luck. That's Allah's mercy guiding you away from harm. So the next time something doesn't work out, pause and reflect. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, Ya Allah, what lesson are you teaching me here? 3. A strong feeling of unease around certain people or places. Sometimes, without any clear reason, you feel uneasy around certain people or in specific environments. It's not about disliking someone, it's deeper. You may feel a weight in your chest or an unexplainable discomfort. But have you ever wondered if this is Allah's way of protecting you? In life, not every person or opportunity is meant to benefit you. Allah often places these feelings in your heart to steer you away from hidden harm. It's like a gentle nudge, reminding you to trust His wisdom over your own understanding. Let's take a moment to reflect on this verse. Indeed, when Satan whispers to those mindful of Allah, they remember their Lord, and they start to see things clearly. Sometimes this unease is Allah shielding you from situations or people who might lead you astray, harm your faith, or distract you from your true purpose. Think about it, maybe you've ignored that feeling in the past, only to realize later that the friendship, relationship, or decision led to heartbreak or regret. The lesson: pay attention to these signs. When your heart feels unsettled, pause, make dua, and ask Allah for clarity. Ya Allah, if this is good for me, make it easy. If it's harmful, take it away. By doing this, you're not just trusting your instincts, you're placing your trust in Allah's perfect plan. 4. A sudden desire to disconnect and reflect. Have you ever found yourself longing to pull away from the noise of life, even just for a moment? You might feel an overwhelming need to step back from social media, busy gatherings, or even daily routines. This isn't just random. It's as if your soul is crying out for clarity, and perhaps this is Allah's subtle call for you to reflect and reconnect. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, often sought solitude, especially in the cave of Hira, long before receiving revelation. Why? Because silence allows you to hear the whispers of your heart and recognize the guidance of Allah. In today's world, distractions are endless notifications, scrolling through feeds, constant comparisons. It all numbs our ability to connect deeply with our Creator. But when Allah pulls you away, it's His way of calling you to reflect, to realign your priorities, and to focus on what truly matters. Next time you feel this urge to withdraw, honor it. Take a walk, sit in a quiet space, or simply close your eyes and say, Ya Allah, guide me in these moments of reflection. Show me the path you want me to take. This isn't isolation, it's preparation. It's Allah creating space for you to grow, to heal, and to understand His message for your life. No. 5. Emotional sensitivity that feels unexplainable. Have you noticed moments where your heart feels unusually heavy? Maybe it's during a random conversation, a quiet drive, or even in the middle of your daily routine. Emotions rise to the surface, and you can't seem to explain why. This heightened sensitivity is not a weakness. It's often a sign that Allah is softening your heart, allowing you to feel and reflect more deeply. The Quran says, "And we sent down of the Quran that which is healing and mercy for the believers." A soft heart is one that's more attuned to the message of Allah, more aware of what truly matters. It's a gift. But in today's world, it might feel overwhelming. Society often pressures us to stay tough or move on, but Islam teaches us to embrace these emotions as part of our spiritual journey. If you've ever felt tears well up while reciting a verse, hearing a story of the prophets, or even watching someone's act of kindness, know that these moments are not accidental. They are Allah's way of drawing you closer, reminding you that He is near. The next time this sensitivity arises, don't push it aside. Take a moment to pray, make dua, or even just breathe and say, Ya Allah, I trust that these feelings are guiding me toward your wisdom. Emotional depth is not a burden. It's a sign of spiritual awakening. And in these moments, Allah may be speaking to you in ways words cannot express. No. 6. Encounters that shift your perspective. Have you ever met someone or experienced a situation that left you thinking, this was meant for me? Maybe it was a stranger's advice that resonated deeply, or an event that seemed insignificant at the time but later became a turning point in your life. These moments aren't random. They are signs Allah places in your path to redirect your heart. The Quran tells us, indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Sometimes these encounters are Allah's way of nudging you toward that change. Think about it. Perhaps you were feeling hopeless, and out of nowhere, someone shared a story or word of wisdom that gave you clarity. Or maybe you faced a situation that forced you to reevaluate your priorities, pushing you closer to Allah. These encounters aren't coincidences, they're divine interventions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, once said, "Verily Allah does not look at your appearance or wealth, but He looks at your heart and your deeds." These moments are designed to refine your heart and bring you closer to fulfilling your purpose. So the next time you meet someone who unexpectedly shifts your perspective or encounter a challenge that forces growth, don't brush it off. It's one of the ways Allah speaks to you through the world around you. No. 7. Unexplainable longing for Allah. Have you ever felt an inexplicable pull toward Allah, even during the busiest or darkest moments of your life? Maybe you're in the middle of a chaotic day, scrolling through social media, or even struggling with sin, and suddenly your heart aches for a deeper connection with your Creator. This longing doesn't come from nowhere. It's Allah calling you back to Him. In Surah Al-Baqarah 2:186, Allah says, "When my servants ask you concerning me, I am indeed near. I respond to the prayer of every supplicant when they call upon me." This verse isn't just a promise, it's a reminder that the door to Allah is always open, no matter how far you feel you've strayed. It's that moment when you suddenly want to pray after neglecting Salah for weeks, or when hearing the Quran unexpectedly moves you to tears. These feelings are Allah's whispers to your heart, reminding you of your true purpose. Think about the times you felt lost only to find yourself yearning to return to Allah. It's His way of saying, I haven't forgotten you. This longing isn't a sign of your weakness. It's a testament to Allah's mercy. Even when you're distracted by the noise of this world, Allah never stops inviting you back to Him. So the next time you feel this ache, this yearning, know that it's a direct sign of His love and closeness. Don't ignore it, act on it, because responding to this call could be the beginning of your greatest transformation. My dear brothers and sisters, the signs we've discussed aren't just random events or feelings. They are Allah's way of guiding you, reminding you, and keeping you close. But recognizing these signs is just the first step. The real question is, what will you do with them? Imagine Allah reaching out to you through every blocked path, every peaceful moment in chaos, every tear in your solitude. These aren't just coincidences, they're invitations to draw nearer to Him. They're reminders that even in your silence, your struggles, and your mistakes, Allah is watching over you, lovingly calling you back. If you've ever felt this connection or seen these signs in your life, share your story in the comments below. Or simply comment with this dua, Ya Allah, guide me to always recognize your signs and draw closer to you. This simple act can inspire others and strengthen our community of faith. And before we wrap up, let me tell you about another video waiting for you. It's one that complements today's discussion beautifully. Click on the video showing in the end screen. It's a journey that continues the path we've started here today. Remember, your journey is unique, your connection to Allah is precious, and every step you take toward Him is filled with purpose. Let's keep moving forward together.